All right, let's talk tactics for this race. Jens Voigt joins me now. Jens, this week has been incredibly taxing on riders. You've got a couple of days of 40 degrees plus. They're out in it for multiple hours. They've got to front up the next day, and they've had to do that day after day. How big a factor is fatigue, and how do you mitigate it?
Fatigue, yes. In the end of the race, like a stage race like today, it all comes down who has the most left in the tank, right? Who is the least tired from all the riders. They're going to be having the best day. So here we see Patrick Bevan. He had some few tough days, and he tried to recover from his crash yesterday. See, he's holding his ribs. He is actually looking pretty beat up. Chapeau for him starting again. Look at this rider just crashed, so that takes energy off the body. On a hot occasion like here in Australia, drinking is the key. Have enough liquids, always drink enough. And it's the first 30 minutes after a hard event where it's so important of what you put into your body. So back in my days, we always had like a protein shake and like some drink with minerals and vitamins in there to help your body to restart the recovery process. So the first 30-minute time window, crucial for your recovery for the next day.
And Jens, ice baths, massage, all of that works in as well?
Indeed, ice baths is always a good one, but it's actually pretty painful to stick in there for like 7.5 minutes, whatever the time is you have to be in there. You need a lot of character to actually stay in there and freeze yourself to death almost. But yes, they do miracles actually. Massage, of course, always one of my favorite parts on the day, and just try to don't walk at all. Just lay on your bed, legs up, so the blood can just run down out of your legs, back into your body, get all the poisonous stuff out of your legs, you know, the lactic acid, everything drains back down, so it helps your body to recover. And just don't move at all after the race.
Yeah. Tell me about protocol. Yesterday we saw an incredible moment where the bunch waited for our Ochre jersey leader, Paddy Bevan, to regain himself, get on the bike, get going, and actually rejoin. How does the bunch know to do that? When do they do it, and when won't they do it?
There's for sure certain unwritten rules in the peloton. And see, if the leader crashes, everybody knows there's no lucky leader. Whoever leads any given race has to be a very strong, a very respectable rider. So if he crashes, nobody wants to be that vulture and like taking advantage of somebody's misfortune. Everybody tries, okay, look, after all, it is sport. Let's be fair. Yeah. Tomorrow it could be me crashing, and then I want them to wait for me. So it's a little taking and giving. So there's certain things that has to be done or that will never be done. You never attack in the feed zone. Everybody needs his little water bottles, needs his little food bag, so nobody attacks in the feed zone. If the yellow jersey like goes, hey, little timeout, let's have a quiet moment, then people go, okay, yes, we respect that. The yellow jersey says, look, like, let's just have like 5 minutes of, you know, everybody gathering back together. So, and it works pretty well for years and years, and these rules never change, and they're pretty well respected.
Jens, good question on hashtag AskTDU from Ryan. Ryan says, I'm all for good sportsmanship like the Paddy Bevan situation, which you're just talking about, but would the peloton have waited if Daryl Impey, who was sitting second overall, had crashed?
Hell yeah, for everyone. Whoever is in the jersey or in a good position for it, yes, I believe they would have waited for Daryl Impey as well, because he's a very well-liked rider. He's a very good rider. So yes, they would have waited for him as well. I'm absolutely convinced.
Yeah. Jens, let's talk about the dynamics in the team and team structure. How does it work? How does that team support their key rider? And how do the team managers, the sports managers, if you like, keep them all in the right place at the right time and moving forward?
See, maybe something people outside of cycling don't really understand. You see a perfect example of how they shelter their team leader and all work together. Here, the yellow jerseys of Team Lotto. If the team leader at night sits at the dinner table and goes, today was a boring day, that is the highest praise you can ever get. That's the biggest compliment. If your team leader had a day where nothing happened and he didn't waste any bit of energy and he had no stressful situations, that is the one where the team protected him perfectly. If the leader sits at the dinner table and goes, oh, today was so tough, I had to go in the wind at this, the team didn't do good enough of a job. Here's another good example how they all swap off and work together, protect each other from the wind. And the further in the front you stay, the less likely is the risk of crashing, right? So they also try to stay in the front, keep him out of the wind, and keep him away from any stressful situations. Tough job on the riders, and it takes a good teammate whenever there's a crisis situation, that he first thinks, how can I help my leader? Where's my leader?
Yeah.
How can I help him? Before he goes, how can I help myself?
Yeah. And you see it time and time again on the road. It is remarkable to see. It's part of the great sportsmanship, and also, I guess, looking after your front runner, your most likely lead rider on the team. It's incredible.